Abercrombie, what sort of work did your parents do?
My father was a mule man, livestock and a farmer. I don't think I'll open it. That's the phone downstairs anyway. I won't go with it.
Perfectly all right.
My father was a mule man in the mule business for years and years, and had several farms around in Douglas County.
Just raise mules and livestock?
We didn't raise any mules, we just bought and sold them.
Oh, just a trader?
We traded mules.
Okay.
We had a barn right where the federal bank's at now. It used to be Peach State, but it's California now, and then they've changed it to something else. But we had a mule barn right there for years. And I traded mules while I was in the sheriff's office. The jail was right almost directly across from the mule barn and the courthouse. So I had them all pretty convenient to me.
Get both businesses taken care of. What was the first job that you ever had? Was it trading mules?
Well,
taking care of them? And
I helped my father. We moved to Arizona in 1918 and lived in Phoenix, Arizona for 3 years. And while I was there, I went to school until we moved back here. But while we were there, I delivered mules all over Casa Grande Valley. And then when we came back to Georgia in 1921, I was about 20 years old, about 19, I think. But before that, am I getting ahead of anything?
No, go right ahead.
Before that, when we were in Arizona, my parents would come back to Georgia, and I stayed out there during the summer months. And we had the contract from the Harvey Company up at Grand Canyon to furnish the mules for the rides down the canyon. So my father went to Texas and bought 30 mules, and we broke them to ride and rode them for about 30 days before we carried them up to the Grand Canyon. And when we got ready to carry them to the Grand Canyon, they invited me to go up with them, and I rode the caboose on the train and stayed up there. So after I got up there, they were short-handed, and I stayed a good while and helped guide down the Grand Canyon trails. That was the summer of 1920. Then in 1921, we came back to Georgia, and my father bought out a little grocery store there on the front street in Douglas, and I ran it for about 3 or 4 years. And then 25, I went back to work for him, and he had a store right where they had an insurance company that now. And I went to work there and worked until I married in 1927. And then we moved down to the farm. Had a farm right where the warehouse grocery is at now. And my dad had a dairy there, and we ran that dairy for 4 years before I was elected sheriff. And then after I was elected sheriff, we moved into the jail. And lived in the jail for 20 years. After I came back and got to the sheriff's office, and went to horse business, and all later on, I always kept a bunch of kids, boys around my barn, and I'd give them every night when they got ready to leave the barn, I'd give them a quarter apiece. They'd go to the show for a dime and get a sack of popcorn for a nickel and a drink and all that. Get the whole deal for 25 cents.
Can we get you to put your hat on? Great.
Tell us a little bit about your business here. How many horses you got and how much land? And
Well,
I know you've had your barn here at
we
3 or 4 different
we
places
have sold
in the
off
county.
most of the land here. We had close to 400 acres. So in 1947, I bought the first 100 acres of land. That's where Claude lives now. And we kept buying different particles all the way around, you see. And we've sold all of it off except 30 acres where he lives. And we've got about 30 acres here. And we've got approximately 30 or 40 boarding horses that we board for people, you know. Then we keep a few horses to trade on. And he's got a few Arabian mares and colts. He's
Raising.
had a lot of fun raising colts, you know. Raising
Yeah,
colts.
I know. I saw a little one running around right over there the other day when I was here.
And he likes to do that. And we trade and traffic some, and I still buy and trade a little.
So you
Just got, it's sort of like playing golf or something like that. It's more of a hobby for me now than anything else, you know.
Yeah. Probably better for you than playing golf.
Yeah, and then I see a lot of old friends, you know. There are a lot of old friends that come by and see me, you know. I really enjoy it. I've had a good life.
What, I
Still
know
going.
the other day, I believe it was Mr. Nichols, or Nicholson,
Yeah.
was telling me that you had your business here at several different places. Why don't you tell us about that? I know he said one was at I believe where the police station is now.
That's where I first built my barn. We had a mule barn up there where the Peach State federal that. I still call it Peach State, but it's something else now.
Douglas.
I've changed names 2 or 3 times.
But you had a barn there. And
I had a barn right there, and I went into the mule business I went back into the mule business in 1934, and my dad was trading with a doctor down in Macon, Georgia, because he had lost nearly everything he had here during the Depression, you know. So after I got to trading pretty good, I got him to move back up to Douglasville. And that's when we bought the old Joe Phillips home place across the street from us over there. But he never did like horses. He had bad experience with a horse when he was a young man. A horse
your father did?
Yeah, had run away with him. A horse ran away with him and like to kill him. And he never did have much use for horses from then on. And I loved horses. So when we was trading mules, a good many of the farmers had horses, you know, to work, you know. And they'd come in and want to trade a horse for a mule, you know. And my dad said, "You see Mike," said, I don't even want to look at a horse. So I'd trade for the horse, you know, and then later on we'd have to have some place to put them, because we didn't like to put our horses with the mules, because the mules all went crazy about a horse. So I built that little barn down there. I bought about 7 acres of land from Mr. Morris down there where the jail's at. And I built me a nice little barn down there, and we kept all our horses down there. And whenever I'd trade for a horse up at the mule barn, I'd tell my daddy, I said, "Now we have it on this horse." I said, "I'm gonna price give or take now, and you tell me whether you want him or I'll give you so much for your part." He said, "You take him on and don't never ask me that again." Said, "Whenever you trade for a horse, you come down and put him in that barn and give me what you want to." So that's the way we started in the horse business. But there wasn't any saddle horse business until way up close to 1950, mules begin to fade out, you know, and the tractors begin to take the place of mules.
Mm-hmm.
So after the mule business kind of left us, I went into the saddle horse business. Been in it ever since.